taking a moment to relax and close the eyes. And we're going to just start to hear the breath, feel the breath, and soften the body, relax the body. I really want you to pay attention to your ability to fully complete your inhale and pull oxygen all the way down into your lungs, fully expanding them. Okay, so no shallow breathing today in class. It's really focus on that full deep inhale and full exhales. We will begin with moving our fingers and toes, feeling all the knuckles in the hands and in the feet, wiggling those toes around. If you've got toe spacers on, you can almost squeeze the toe spacers, like feel the muscles in your feet just squeezing the toe spacers. Take the thumbs right across the palms, the fingers wrap over the thumbs. You start to get into the big circles in those wrists, and then we bring the legs up in the air and look at those ankle circles. Okay, and then change the direction. Looking and really trying to complete circles in your joints. Okay, and then we'll take our legs together. Our feet are together. We'll put the feet on the floor. You'll start with the thighs dropping from side to side, and it's a small range of motion, but it's a quick range of motion. So I feel one hip bone lift, the other hip bone lift, and then this is the pace. My arms can just be long at my sides. Swing the thighs with a little speed. Feel the low back here. Tuck in your chin. Breathe through your nose. Take the feet wide apart now. I'm going right off the sides of the mat with my feet. Make that big range of motion in the hips where one knee is dropped open and one knee is dropped in. And then switch it to the other side. So very different action. Big, huge range of motion in the hips and slower. Okay, and then start to take the arms open. So let's, if it's okay in the shoulders, let's go to goalpost. And then the next time our legs fall to the left, we're gonna leave them here at the left. We're gonna pick up the left foot and see if you can bring it to the outside of that right knee. I am trying to draw my right knee down to the ground, and now my right arm is gonna stretch overhead. I'm reaching it along the floor. I always like to put my left hand to the right hip bone because this is where I really feel this stretch of my body. So try to find that spot and then do that big full breath where you really fully expand your lungs, bringing air deep into your lungs. Okay, and then send that to the other side. So big switch in the legs, over here to the right, pick up the right foot, outside of the left knee, can you draw that down? Left arm stretches right over your head, press it into the floor. Maybe you put that right hand on the left hip bone, and now focus your breathing, find the stretch, tuck the chin in. Okay, nice. We are going to grab our block here. We're going to reach for a block, a pillow, a book. We're going to put it right between the knees. And we're going to get these legs up, bent 90 degrees at the knees, knees in line with hips. I'm going to do these internal hip rotations in a crunch. So I'm supporting the weight of my head, but I'm not pulling on my neck. And my abs are flexed. Okay, you could keep your head down if you prefer. Let's kick out our left shin first, just that left shin kicks out, and then kick out the right shin. Okay, we'll do 10 like this, and as we're alternating sides, we're holding a 2-second pause as we internally rotate each hip. The other thing we're doing is squeezing the block as hard as we can. That's 6 reps. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now put your head down. Here's where we're gonna play with, my arms are gonna push into the ground at my side. Can you lower the heels towards the ground, but keep your low back pushing down? And then slowly pull back. We're just gonna do 5 of these, but they're very, very slow. And what you care about is that lower back staying down. I think that maybe if I drop my heels all the way to the ground, I might lose my lower back focus. So I'm stopping here. I'm doing a smaller range of motion, but really pushing that lower back down. Your head is down, your neck is relaxed. We have 1 more. Move slow. Okay, now come on back. I'm gonna lift up and crunch the core. And now both my legs will internally rotate through the hip. My shins kick out, pull back in. We're gonna do 10. Hold 2 seconds, bring back in. All right, so I'm suffering already. This is hard. 3, 4, 5, halfway there. 6, nice, I love the tempo. I can see the movement on the screen. 7, and there's beautiful tempo happening. 8, 9, and then what do we have to do? We gotta go 5 more leg raises. So let's put the head down, arms push into the floor at the sides, reset that lower back, give me 5 of these, and then we're done. And this is hard. Ooh, this is so hard. If you are really keeping that low back pushing into the floor, you're squeezing your block. 3, you should be feeling this as a challenge. 4, and then 1 more. Wowzers. Okay, that was fun. Take your block under your lower back. Okay, if you don't have a block, you can do this stretch without it. We're just gonna hug in our left thigh. You can hold behind the knee or over the knee, but now I want your right leg to try to kick out straight, and you're gonna try to push the right heel into the ground. And you might feel that through the hip flexor as a beautiful stretch. Okay? And then you can kind of really squeeze the left thigh into your stomach or wherever you can get it, but I hope that you're feeling, I'm feeling my right hip, front of my right hip. And then let's just switch sides. So now we pull in the right and we start kicking out this left guy. Straighten the knee, drive the heel, squeeze the right thigh into your stomach. Breathe, see if you can feel the front of the left hip now. Okay, and then we will remove the block and make our way up and over to table. If you like to rock and roll your spine, safe in your back, give me a few. Just a few. And over we go. Okay, so as soon as we're in table, let's line up wrists and shoulders, knees and hips, do a little cat-cow spine. Take your inhale, look up, arch. Take your exhale, tuck your chin, round your back. Moving at your own pace, maybe close down the eyes. Notice how your spine feels today with these 2 beautiful movements. Your biggest arch. Big exhale, round that back. Okay, find the middle place, find neutral. Circle into your left hip. So the left knee is drawing a circle at the side of the body. You're trying to get the knee up high. We'll do 3 circles backwards or forward, whatever you started with. Now change direction. Give me 3 big circles the other way. Okay, and then this is tricky, but I want your knee to lift. This left knee is lifted at the side of the body, and you're gonna see if you can do your internal hip rotation that we just warmed up with the block. Can you do that with the leg at the side of the body like this? It's pretty hard. We'll try a few, and then we kick out straight, and we come right up into our gate. And as you come into gate pose, your right knee's under your hip, your hands go on your hips. Let's try to get them even. Your bum tucks under, and then the outer edge of that left foot tries to reach the ground. We'll take a big reach up through the arms. You're looking up, you're reaching those arms. Good. We're gonna fall over the left leg and just pause, side stretch. Okay, and then we're gonna do some rotations through the thoracic spine, but I wanna do a more challenging position here. So with our left leg out to the side, our left hand will come down to the mat. And then I want the right arm to try to open out and go up towards the ceiling. It's a little stiffer to do rotations like this. The right arm floats down. You're gonna do 2 more. As you inhale, the right arm tries to lift. As my right arm comes up, I feel a deeper stretch down the left inner thigh. I'm really pushing my left foot into the floor as I do this. Let's do 1 more. Big reach, try to turn open. Nice. And then your right hand comes down and your left leg tucks in. Let's do that on the other side. Starting with, circle your right hip. Whatever direction you start with is great. Think 3 big, huge circles. And then 3 huge, big circles the other way. Go slow, get the knee up high. Once you've completed that, lift the knee at the side of the body. The knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. Can you internally rotate your hip here? Just bringing the shin up and down. We'll try about 5. You're looking over your shoulder at what's happening here. Nice. You kick that leg out straight and come into gate. Take a moment to set up your gate. Check your knee, your left knee to your left hip. Tuck your bum under. Even the hips a little. And then press the outer edge of the right foot down into the floor. We're gonna sweep the arms, reach up, look up. Big, big breath with that. And then fall over your right leg. Your top arm is coming over your head. You're breathing. Okay, and then when we come up from here, we're planting our right hand down. And we're gonna try to open the left arm to the side. I always want my wrist to stay in line with my shoulder. You're watching it wherever the body stops, it's done, don't force it. And then exhale it down. Slow, move with your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale down. I find when people are restricted, they'll take the arm up, but they'll bring the arm behind them, like they'll reach it back here. So you're really trying to keep that line. Okay, and then tuck your leg in. Take a child's pose here. Let's try to open the knees and sit back on those heels. Nice big stretch through the arms if that's nice, and if that hurts your shoulders, stack your hands and rest your head instead. Bend your elbows like this. Okay, so just finding what's comfortable in your body. Breathing. Good, and then I'm gonna say, let's sit back on those shins. So we're in a hero's pose. And if that hurts your knees, kneel instead, okay? And then we'll bring the backs of our hands together, arms are out. And I'm gonna bring my right arm on top, interlace the fingers, and then I'm just pulling down on each hand. So one hand pulls the other hand down. I feel that through the forearm and the top of the wrist, and then the other hand. We're just gonna do this. Okay, and then with that right arm on top, now take the left arm on top, interlace the fingers, and just pull down on the hands, just down on each hand. Forearm, forearm. Keeping it in the forearms and the tops of those wrists. Nice, and then a shake out, and let's get into our downward dogs when you're ready. Hips up, look through the feet and pedal. Put all the attention into the calves, the Achilles tendon. Try to feel that in your legs as you pedal it out. Okay, we're going to walk the feet close together, big toes touch. We're going to reach both heels towards the ground at the same time and lift the butt bones, sending that stretch into the hamstrings more. You're going to walk your feet nice and wide to the sides of the mat and do the same thing. We press the heels towards the ground. We keep the weight on the outer sides of the feet. Lift your butt bones. Nice big deep breath here. And then as you look up through your thumbs, can you start to take tiny steps forward up your mat? You're testing yourself here. Can you walk all the way behind your hands, or do you need to walk your hands back to your feet? Wherever you land on the mat, hang out in a forward fold. Soften your knees, shake your head, maybe hold opposite elbows and sway your body. Make sure tummy is on thighs and you are just loving life right now. Breathing, letting go, feeling good. Hug in your abs, you know where those are. Roll yourself up nice and slow. Take your time. And then as soon as you get up here, let's just make some big old circles through the shoulders. If you're not at the top of the mat, you'll take a little step there. All right, nice work. I want to play through the ankles first. So our ankles will be under our hips. We're going to try to drop our knees in and flatten our arches. So my inner arch is on the ground and the outer edges of my feet are lifted up. And then do the opposite. Put all the weight on the outside edges of your feet and pick up your arches. Try to keep the big toe still on the ground. And now go back and forth with that. So just this inversion and eversion of the ankles where we drop in, everything internally rotates, knees, hips. We press the outer edges of the feet down and everything externally rotates. You should actually be able to squeeze your bum, your glutes. Okay, we just exaggerate that. And now play with, pop up onto your tippy toes, and then with bent knees, lift your forefoot and hold on your heels. And you'll go from plantar flexion to dorsiflexion. Arms might need to come out to the sides here. Your eyes are really going to need to lock for balance, especially when you're on your heels, especially when you're trying to hold on the balls of your heels. Okay, and a 2-second pause is the goal in each position. And that's hard. All right, but it readies you for some standing balance. So let's now stand on our right foot, it's splayed, and let's take that left foot into tree pose. That left foot could be at the right calf or higher up the leg if you like. Your arms can be open, they can be reaching, but the eyes are locked and you are breathing. And I will progress this and make it more challenging, but you can stay where you are right now, okay? So do not feel like you need to move along. I'm gonna aim for about 20 seconds in each position. We'll be here for a good minute. If you wanna try moving along, we'll grab the left foot, we'll squeeze the heel into the butt, and we'll move to our dancer, slowly pressing your thigh back. Breathing. This is step 2. If you went for it, you want to stay here, absolutely please do. And then our step 3 will be to soften our right knee and see if we can hinge ourselves over, either stopping here, I'm reaching the right arm forward, I'm hinging over. If you wanted a greater challenge, you could reach to the ground and see if those fingertips can tap the floor. Then coming back up, if you're all the way over with me here, we're all going to stand up as slowly as we can. And then whatever position you're in, let's come on out of it. Put that left foot down, shake that right leg out, go on the top of the foot for a moment, look at the knuckles on the top of your foot. If that's impossible, put the leg behind you and do this, just for a moment. Okay, and then shake that off. Roll your shoulders. You're going to do that on the other side. Your left foot will splay. Lock eyes. Take your tree pose to start. Send it up if you want. Breathe here. Let's hold 15 more seconds before we start thinking about moving to the next. Not holding your breath. Okay, if you want, you're going to start reaching to the right foot. grabbing the foot. First, my heel comes towards my glute. I feel that stretch in my thigh. And then slowly I'm going to try to press the thigh back and feel the back bend in dancer. Let's hold here. Or you're still in tree. Okay, if you want to move from dancer to a hinge, soften your left knee and start to take it over. And as you start hinging over, you're going to know right away if you're good here, or if you feel that you can shift your gaze to the floor and start to reach down to the ground, which is a very, very challenging thing to do. When the hand reaches down, if the hand reaches down, right away you slowly come back out. I want you to try to come out as slowly as you went in. And we will all put down that right foot. Nice job. And kick out the left. And check out the top of the foot stretch on the left leg now, behind you or in front. Try to straighten the ankle. Nice job. Okay, standing in that mountain pose, taking a nice big reach up through your arms. Let's just circle through the arms a few times. Hands come back down to the chest. Big inhale, circle back up, look up. Big exhale, those hands come down. We're going to do that one more time, and then big inhale, reach it up, and then as the hands come down, soften your knees and take your hands all the way to the floor. Let's just see where your hands land from here. Are you able to make contact? Okay, fingertips, what happens in your forward fold? And now step back to plank. We're going to lower the body to the ground here, knees, chest, chin lower. We'll take a moment with our hands stacked, head rests on the hands, and the knees bend. And then as your knees bend, they can sway, okay? They could circle, they could crisscross ankles, anything you want here, just relax. And let your shoulders settle, your low back settle. And then we will begin to march our thighs. So with your head and your shoulders, everything's relaxed here. Can you lift one thigh and then lift the other thigh? So I'm just doing this, pushing the heel up to the sky, then the other heel. But the tricky part is don't tense your shoulders or your neck. Keep your forehead on your hands and stay soft through this upper body as you march. And also, let's not use the leg on the floor to push into the ground to help lift the other leg. Okay? Because when I say do two legs at the same time, you're not really going to know what to do. So let's test that. Can both legs lift and come down? And lift and come down. You're pushing your heels to the sky. Give me a few more. And are you staying relaxed through your shoulders and your neck? Is your head on your hands? Ooh, that's tricky. Give me one more. Nice. Kick your legs out straight. Pull your hands by your chest or the sides of your face. Let's inhale, lift a cobra. And exhale, lower down. Good. We'll draw those elbows in. Draw those shoulder blades down on the inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale, peel right off the floor. Take that child's pose. Let the forehead rest down. Option to stay right here, regular child's pose, or take your right arm through with your right palm facing up to the sky, and then come into the thread the needle child's pose. So I'm on this side of my head, side of my shoulder, but this left arm's reaching over the top of the head. And breathe. And if that felt nice on this side, we'll switch sides. So your left arm scoops through, left palm is up, side of the head, side of the shoulder, right arm reaches way over the head. Along the floor, over the head, breathe. Okay, and then slowly coming back to that child's pose, and we're all moving into our downward dog. We'll think about our step through that's coming up next. So pedaling the feet. Sending the right leg as high as you can. We're gonna think about a high lunge. I'm gonna reach it and then swing through on the exhale. Stay on the toes of your back foot of your left foot. Step the right foot through and then come up slow and find your balance. This is a tricky balance. You're on your toes of your back foot. Move your pelvis a little. Let's see if you can tuck that pelvis under. Hold it, squeeze left glute, send the arms to the sky. This is where you should feel that into the front of the left hip. And now rotate, look over your right shoulder as your left arm reaches forward. And as we're rotating, we can stop here, or we can go deeper, reaching our right hand to the back of the left thigh, and then trying to take this left arm up to the ceiling and back bend. It's very tricky to do. And then slowly undo and turn your body forward. As I turn forward, my back foot and hip are gonna open, so I'm in triangle. Okay, and then as soon as we're in triangle, we'll reverse it. So we'll go backwards, the right arm reaches back, nice big inhale. And as you exhale, come up and bend this left knee and lift your right toes. And then we'll do that again. So this is our Skandasana. We'll come back to a triangle. We'll reverse our triangle, go backwards. Big breath, come out of it, back into your Skandasana, bend your back knee, lift those right toes. Nice, maybe you can get lower here, a little lower. And now as you rise up from here, you're in triangle, you're gonna bend your front knee, wiggle your feet a smidge wider. So coming into that warrior two. Nice big breath, and then windmill the hands to the floor for your lunge. In my lunge, I'm gonna drive my right knee forward and push my body weight into my thigh. I want you to feel this right ankle. And I'm gonna give an option here where if you wanna stay really focused on this ankle, hang out here, and you're probably feeling the hip flexor of the back leg, you stay right here. If you want to get into cow face pose, the left knee is centered, and my right foot is gonna cross over, my right leg will cross over, my feet will kick off the mat, and I will see if I can push my hips back. This is now deep hip stretch in my body, and I could sit on a block as I come back, or maybe you've got lots of flexibility here and you just sit your butt right on the ground. Lots of options. Maybe you're still in that low lunge. I hope you've picked something that just feels good. You can hold, close your eyes, breathe. If you are in cow face and you want to add the upper body, bring your arms to the side, internally rotate your right shoulder, bend that elbow, and see if the right hand can travel up your shoulder blades. Your left arm will reach high, we'll bend the left elbow, and we'll see if we can find fingertip grip here, and then take on the full expression of the cow face pose. And chin is up, and slowly release. If you're in lunge, start bringing that right leg back. Okay? If you're in cow face, let's unravel. We all find ourselves in a tabletop. We'll take that moment to drop the hips from side to side. Feel that hip stretch. And then you're gonna shoot those hips right back up in the air for down dogs. Hips up, heels down. Look through the feet. Get ready, because your left leg will swing high to the sky. We are gonna go high lunge, left foot steps through when you're ready. Stay on the ball of that back foot. Take your time, find your balance here. And once we're up, we play with our rocking pelvis. Tailbone under, tailbone back. Do that a couple times. Stay on the toes of the back foot though. Next time that you tuck under, you're gonna send it up through those arms. Hopefully feel the front of your right hip now. Reach out of the rib cage and prepare to rotate to the left. My right arm stretches forward. My left arm goes backwards, I'm looking back. I can be done a twist here, or I can go deeper. My left hand will find the back of my right leg. My right arm's gonna reach to the sky as I take a little back bend here. Breathing, focusing, trying not to fall over. And then we come right back, turn forward and open to triangles. Once you're in that triangle position, you'll reverse it. Take a nice inhale, send the left arm to the sky and backwards. And as I exhale, I'm coming up. I'm now going to find Skandasana with a bend of my back leg and a lift of my left toes. And then you're going to do that one more time. Let's hit both positions and see if we can open them up a smidge more. So the reverse triangle reaches you back, maybe further. Exhale, you come up, you start bending that back knee again, your left toes pick up again. Do you feel like you can sink in more here? We're going to come up, nice and strong, find the warrior two. We're not here very long, but I want you to really wiggle that front foot forward. Let's get stretchy in this warrior two. And then our hands are coming down and we're going to lunge. You roll into the ball of the back foot. And now we start to try to get front knee over the toes with the heel down. And as a deeper stretch, I can put my body weight on my thigh and I can really feel my ankle here. Maybe you're gonna stay here. Maybe this is exactly where you need to be today. Or maybe we're gonna cross left leg over the right knee. Into cow face. Wiggle those feet super wide and then start to sit back between your heels. Some people don't sit back, right? Some people stay right here in cow face and get a wicked stretch. I love a block. When I sit on my block, I actually feel the IT band. Okay. And then again, wherever you've settled, just close your eyes, be happy there. If you want to go with the arms here, we'll bring the arms to the side. The left arm would internally rotate, bend that elbow, work the hand up the back, and the right arm would reach up high. Bend that elbow and see if this side connects. And we try to get the chest and the chin up. Just take a few more deep breaths wherever you are. Okay, and we'll let go. If you're in lunge, you're going to start to pull that left leg back and we will meet in our table. Beautiful. As soon as you get in your table, come on down on the stomach. And then once we're down on our bellies, we'll bring our arms to the sides here. Tops of the feet are going to push down into the floor. Your chest is up, your head is up. Can you just pick up these arms? They're bent at 90-degree angles. Seeing if we can pick up the whole elbow and the whole arm. Okay, and then you're going to glue your elbows on the floor, but you're going to lift your forearms up and down a few times. So look from side to side and see if the range of motion is the same. And if you're cocking your wrist like this, go neutral wrist and really see if the forearms are lifting. Okay, and then from here, we will keep the left arm on the ground, drop the armpit, and then see if the left ear can come to the floor as you step your right leg back. This is very deep across the chest and shoulder when the arm is bent at a 90, and if you hate it, kick the left arm out straight instead. Listen to your body with this one. Nice big breath. And to the other side. Cross. Line up a 90-degree angle with your right arm. Hardest part is getting that elbow in the right position. Your wrist should be in line with your elbow. Your elbow should be in line with your shoulder. You drop the right armpit. You start to drop the ear. Okay, if there's pain, you change the position of the arm so that you are comfortable, you can breathe, you feel a stretch that feels safe in your body. Nice. And then as we let that go and come back to the stomach, we'll put the knuckles in the lower back. So we're going to make our fists in the low back and then pump those elbows up and down a few times. I'm going to put the chin on the floor and I'm going to try to touch the elbows down with my knuckles still together and then lift the elbows up. And that can be pretty tight. And if you just want to work with this today, option to stay with this. Okay. If you want to start to lift your elbows and lift your chest, so now I'm in a low back extension, We can stay here, fired up through the lower back and holding. If you want to, you can interlace your fingers, extend the arms straight, and then try to lift the arms off the back for that snake pose. Sort of an option for everyone. Find what feels best in your body. Let's tuck in the chin just a little so the neck feels long, and then try to lift your chest up a little bit higher if you are lifting. And then slowly we come down, and as we drop those arms down, let's just drag the hands up the mat, roll over the fingers, and press back to a child's pose. Knees might come together for this child's pose, round the back more. Nice. And then as soon as you sit up, you're going to find a seated 90-90 position with the right leg forward. Okay, so I'm going to sit on the side of the right hip here and bend both knees at 90 degrees. And let's be real nerdy here about the knees. Your hip to your knee to your ankle, and in your left leg, I really want you to look at your back leg. You'll put your forearm, your elbow at your left hip, draw down, your hand is at your knee, and then your knee is in a line here. Most people, especially when they're doing virtual classes, will have the foot in very close to the bum. It's more comfortable, and I need you to try, at least, to have the knee and the ankle in a line from here, okay? We'll come over our right leg a little. You might feel that in the right hip, but you're looking over your left shoulder, and you're gonna begin to lift the shin up and down. We got a little bit of an internal hip rotation strength theme today. So can you pick up that shin? Lower it slowly without plopping it down. Keep the inside of the knee down for now. And if this is very hard, stay with this. And if you want to level up, I'm going to lift that ankle, okay? And now I'm going to lift the leg up and down. But the ankle is slightly higher than the knee as I tap this knee up and down from the floor. That's very, very hard in the hips, but so good for you. So good for you. And then whatever exercise you've been doing, relax this left leg, sit back. Can we drop the left butt to the ground? I'm gonna let my front knee pick up for this, and I'm gonna relax this left hip. And then we just breathe. Okay, and now let's swing our legs over to the left. Big old swing, and let's try that on the other side. So if you just swing and face the back of your mat, lean over your left leg a little bit, look back over the right shoulder. Let's get into exactly the same thing, which is to start with lifting up the shin and bringing it back down. Okay, you're totally on my screen. My daughter's trying to get the dog out of the basement to bring her to the cottage, but she hates the car. So she's luring her with treats and it's not working. If this is hard enough, stay with it. If you can lift the ankle, now pick the knee up and down. Let's try to do 5 or 6 of these. You can do this. Keep the ankle higher than the knee though. That's the real key. Okay, and then we've done lots of work here in the hip. Let's relax the hip. Can you drop your right butt cheek to the floor? Your left knee is going to lift up, and you're just going to take a nice big deep breath here and hold. Okay, and then we're going to swing ourselves around. Oh, my dog's being really bad. Okay, and as we swing ourselves around, the legs are out straight. Nice job, everyone. Give me that ankle pump. Hold it down. Point one foot down and pull one foot back. Come. Why are dogs so funny? Come. Come. Okay. Take a big reach to the sky and then reach for your toes. You guys are gonna hold this stretch and I'm going to pull my dog out of the room. Please hold a forward fold. I'm very sorry. Get up. Out. Come. Okay, come closer.
Yeah.
Wow. That wasn't disruptive at all. Okay. Beautiful forward fold, everyone. We're coming down onto our back. Slowly, slowly find the floor. Make sure that your head is still on your mat, and then take your long line. We want to try to get the entire body to touch the ground here. So I'm going to reach both arms, pressing them into the ground, forearms, backs of hands. You're going to reach your neck down, tuck your chin. You're going to think about that lower back. And then last but not least, can you point your toes? Imagine the toes are going to be on the floor, the calves. Hold and breathe. We're going to hook our thumbs together, see if we can press those arms down just a little bit more. Good. And then you're going to take the arms at the 90-90 position at the side of the body, and you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Those knees open up nice and wide. Okay. You don't feel a stretch in your inner thigh, then I want you to engage your glutes a little bit and see if that helps you to feel that stretch through the inner thigh. As we hold here, we'll add some rotations in the shoulders. So my forearms are going to come up, my fingers are pointing to the ceiling, but now I'm going to see if I can just press the palms down towards the floor. They're not going to reach, but that's okay. And then go back and forth with that. Backs of the hands come down, and then the palms reach down. Good job. And then from here, let's take the arms into wheel. It's wheel position. I'm not expecting us to lift into wheel unless it's something in your practice. But you're going to see if your hands can come at the side of the head and press down into the floor. The fingers are pointing towards my shoulders here. My elbows are trying to point to the sky, and my hands are trying to push into the ground. So we're just testing if we can do this. We'll bring the knees together. Okay, so, sorry, not together, but pointing up to the ceiling. The feet are hip width apart. And we're just gonna hold this. And if this is a huge stretch through the shoulders and the wrists and the hands, breathe and focus there. If you want to, tuck your tailbone and lift your hips into bridge, we can be here and we can hold the hips. If you have wheel, it's in your practice and you feel safe lifting onto lightly the top of the head and then pressing the body into the wheel. You could try that, but I don't want anyone to try it if you are at all worried about your neck, okay, or your back. This is a beautiful place to be here. And then very slowly, wherever you are with this, we're coming down. And as we come down, our right leg will cross over our left, okay? You're gonna use your right leg to pull the left leg over so that we are in this twisted, leg wrapped position, and your arm, left arm, will sweep to the side and you will look to the left. Okay, so hopefully that didn't confuse you, but my right leg pulled my left leg across my body and I'm looking left, feeling this really nice deep twist. And then slowly, as you come back onto your back, you'll switch the legs. My left will cross over right, and I'll use my left leg to pull my right leg across the body and look out to the right arm. Turn your head, reach your arm, feel that rotation. Close those eyes and breathe. And then as you come onto your back, you're going to give yourself that big hug where both thighs are squeezing into the belly, and we're going to find the lower back and just try to rock on the low back. And if you want a deeper stretch here, you're going to go for your happy baby, grabbing for your ankles, so the outsides of your feet, and starting to open those knees nice and wide. If you rock this happy baby, can you reach one knee down to the floor and then over to the other side? because we've done lots through the hip flexors today. If you want to try half happy baby, we can hold on to the left leg, okay? And then try to extend the right leg. So I'm gonna reach that right heel down, and I'm also gonna reach that left knee down. And if that felt good in your body, try it on the other side. Grab the right leg into happy baby, extend the left. And just see, how are we doing here? Left heel's reaching, right knee's dropping. Beautiful. And then letting it go. And let's find ourselves where we started 45 minutes ago. So Shavasana, extended, flipped palms, closing the eyes, little space between the teeth. Giving your body, giving your mind, giving everything just a few minutes to absorb that. And then bringing that attention back to your breath, because the importance of being able to breathe fully and deeply is huge. And I really want you to feel that you can bring the breath deep, hold it, slowly exhale it with a little pause at the bottom of that exhale, and then repeat that.